I want to share a story about one of our recent clients. It's a success story, and I want to share it because I think it's a great example of how our process works, but also how our process works best when we're working with someone who is fully engaged and really embraces what they can learn, as well as what they ultimately can gain and achieve from our process. We had a client named Karen a couple years ago. Karen was a senior level financial executive who engaged with the Bauke group to help her with a plan and a strategy to achieve her goal of becoming a C-suite executive. She was close. She had had a great career and she was in a high level position with an organization, but she had that was the next step for her, and she thought it was a imminent step that she wanted help in achieving. And so Karen engaged with us. She liked her current organization. She liked the people she worked with, but it was one of those situations where I think Karen felt like she had kind of maxed out at the organization and done all she could do, and there wasn't a real clear path for her for where she could go, especially related to what she wanted, again, which was that C-suite role. No one had communicated to her, here's how you get there, or here's how long it's going to take, or anything like that. And so she thought, she'd probably done all she could do there and needed to go find what she was looking for somewhere else. We at the Bauke Group have worked in the career business for a long time, internally and externally, and so when we engaged with Karen, we were aligned on helping her likely find what she was looking for somewhere else and how to go about that strategy and that process. But what we also know at the Bauke Group from doing this as long as we have, and collectively we've been doing this for over 40 years, is that our process works the same for the most part, whether someone is trying to market and manage their career internally or externally. And the reason that is our process involves really helping people better understand themselves better, their value proposition, what they do best, what they like to do most. We actually have a career happiness formula that involves what you like to do, what you do well, what you can get paid for, which is an important part of the equation, and in a place where you can be successful. And that's the career happiness formula. And that process applies, again, internally or externally. But again, we were okay with helping Karen find what she was looking for, whichever way that took us, or whichever way we felt was right. But as we got into the process with Karen, what we discovered together was that, in fact, she could actually find what she was looking for at the organization she was currently with. And that came about through, again, her better understanding herself, where she's at her best, in what kind of role she can add the greatest value. And the more she understood that, the more she saw she could do it there. The next step was to help her put together a communications plan so that she could show others why that was the right course, not only for her, but also for them. Putting together a career plan like this, or a career plan at all, is not something most organizations can do for every individual. It's just not feasible from a time standpoint for every manager or every organization leader to put together individual career plans for each employee, even if they see the value in it or recognize that that would be a smart thing to do or a logical thing to do. But the fact that Karen did this for herself, with the help and guidance of us, she was able to, again, put together a smart plan and communicate that plan to her organization to show not only what she wanted, but how they could benefit from her being in the position she wanted, or being in an expanded role and doing more of what she wanted to do, because that's what she does best, and that's how she could help them in a greater way. The reception from the company when Karen presented her plan was not only were they open to it, but they really appreciated and respected the fact that Karen had taken ownership of her career and responsibility for her own career, and laid it out for them how she could, again, not only what she wanted, but why she wanted that so it could benefit them as well as obviously herself. But it wasn't just about Karen getting a promotion. It wasn't just about Karen getting what she wanted. It was about, here's how I think I can help you better and why. That understanding that she could communicate to others all came about through our process of working with her. Karen is now in an expanded role. She is doing more of what she loves to do. She's doing more of what she does best. She has a stronger voice in the organization. She has greater respect and greater responsibility. She loves what she's doing, and she is on an agreed upon path to that C-suite. Another thing this process did was open the lines of communication between her and leadership so that this is an acknowledged thing now, that she is on a course and it's out in the open, and as I said, they're all aligned on where she's going and how she can get there. And so she is on her way and couldn't be happier in her current situation. As I said at the beginning, she never had a problem with the organization. She actually really liked the organization and is a huge advocate of it. And so staying there was a huge win, so long as she could be on the course she wanted to be on. This was a big win all the way around for everyone. Big win for Karen, because she, again, is on the path she wanted to be on. She soon will be in the role by title that she wants to be in, but she's already in an expanded role, again, with more appreciation, more respect from her organization. But it's also a really big win for the organization, because they are benefiting more from Karen having put together this plan and communicated how she can better help them. And really importantly, it's also a big win for them in that they didn't lose a valuable asset that they could have lost. If you recall at the beginning of the story, I said Karen came to us because she thought she needed to look elsewhere. And had she not gone through this process, put together this plan, communicated this plan to her leadership, she may have looked elsewhere, gone elsewhere without ever having had that conversation. And it would have been a loss certainly for them, but maybe also for her, because she could have missed out on doing what she does for them now. As simply as I can put it, our process is really about helping people identify and communicate the very best of themselves at work so that they can best help their organizations. And that's a really simple way to put it, but that's the essence of what we do. And we did it for Karen. We've done it for countless others, and we can do it for you.